owns the United States national debt? Some people try to exaggerate by saying that China owns 10% of the United States national debt. Not true. That's what I'm going to prove here. And also, there is room for hope, and there are ways in which the United States can, in fact, fix its debt. But it's going to require some hard thinking and perhaps some sacrifices. That said, let's take a quick look at who is holding American debt and what is it as a percentage. And I'm also going to break down the numbers in terms of which country owns how much as part of the American debt. Here we go. This is a small infographic as always, and a request to all of you to please like this video, and if you have not already subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to our channel. We're bringing in a lot of changes lately. I hope you like all of them, and keep writing to us by way of comments what you would like to see improve. We are always striving to do the best we possibly can. Here we go. Who was Parashurama, who led a life of devotion, dedication, and daring? Why did he take birth on the earth? Was it to eradicate corrupt Kshatriya rulers who had become tyrannical and oppressive, or was it to bestow daya for the needy? So, who owns the US national debt? The total debt ownership, that is domestic versus foreign. So we have the magic number, right? Close to $38 trillion or so and so. And this is calculated a little bit ahead in the sense that it was like maybe last year and it was at 36.2 trillion. See, it just gives you an idea, because between 36 to 37 to 38 now, not much of a difference, and this thing keeps going up quite quickly. So where is the debt being held? 42% is being held by households and US private investors like mutual funds and hedge funds and so on and so forth. 42%. And US intra-governmental agencies such as Social Security and so on and so forth, they own close to 20.3%. The US Federal Reserve owns about 12.8%, and all foreign entities together own 25%. So all foreign entities together, 25%, means that 1 in 4 trillion is held by foreign entities. Now let's take a look at which are the foreign entities holding how much. So I'm just going to scroll down here. The top foreign holders are Japan, that's 3.1%. And if you think about 3.1% of the 25%, if you just break out the foreign debt about the 25% composition, that comes to Japan holds 12%. United Kingdom, you just have to multiply by 4, whatever numbers I'm giving here. United Kingdom, 809 billion, 2.2%, or as part of the foreign countries, that's about 8.8%. And China is at 8.4%. And then all the other things, Cayman Islands, Luxembourg, Belgium, Canada, France, Ireland, and Switzerland. These are the top 10 countries that own the United States national debt. So in terms of the numbers itself, United States is quite solvent, but how long can this go on? Where is it going to dig deep to find out how it can balance the budget and move forward? And I think this is a problem that is probably keeping President Trump awake at night. And I also worry that 1 in 2 American families today are not paying any taxes. That means half of America is not making enough money to pay taxes, which means the tax revenues that come to the government have really taken a beating after COVID. How do you make this whole? So this is a huge problem that's facing the American government. It doesn't matter whether it is a Democrat or a Republican. This is a clear and present problem, and this needs to be addressed. You cannot just walk away from this saying that, okay, investment will have a trickle-down effect that will bring in dollars and that will create employment. Many people, now they have not been employed for 3-4 years. Skill set also has become a little bit scarce. What will they do? Are those jobs still available? For the new jobs, like for example, AI programming, how to make use of the AI tools that might be made available, are there people to use it? What kind of training do they need? So the cycle of skill set is accelerating now. Many people who are out on the job, they are training themselves on new tools and also applying them in the products that they keep releasing. And sometimes you'll see, releases very buggy. That's because of not enough time, perhaps also not enough understanding or comprehension of what exactly a particular tool does, or if there is any limitations in what it can and cannot do. So these are all challenges that are facing United States. And I really feel that you need to sit down and look at the whole thing. And the only thing that US can put a stop effectively is to deal with the illegal immigrants, to stop funding them, to make sure that in an organized way many of them can leave, because there's just no way 20 million can just come inside and then demand rights, and then they take to the streets, and they also start, I shouldn't say this word, but they also start crapping on our lawns. This is not on. So this is the big problem, and so far the Trump administration has been bravely forging forward. Close to 300,000 caught and sent back, and close to about 2 million who have left on their own, but 18 million still remain. What's going to happen? And some of them may be even employed, and they may be buying things. That means they are paying taxes. Is that not a good thing, you ask? Well, it is a good thing. However, the problem is not that. You have to take it in the fullness. How much money do they bring in by way of taxes, and how much of a burden they are to the society? That is where things really fall apart. And the SNAP program, still it is not on. And Supreme Court has said, wait, I think Thursday they'll have resolution. What the Supreme Court wants, in my opinion, is for the Congress and the Senate to decide when to start the government again. And by the way, one good news, those government employees who were furloughed are getting their back wages all the way back to the day the government stopped functioning. Your paychecks will come back, and you will have some money for Christmas and for the holiday season. That's the good news. But this kind of stuff, where every year the parties keep butting heads, and I don't know what will happen next year. If the Republicans turn out to be a minority in Congress, what will happen? If the Republicans turn out to be a minority in the Senate, what happens? Remember, 1/3 of the senators stand for re-election every 2 years. So that could be another unknown. We'll have to wait and see. Trump has his work cut out. His team has its work cut out. And we as citizens can only point out some of the missing lacunae, and also critique and also give credit where credit is due. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.